right. So welcome everybody. Welcome to our first episode of Medicare ABC. All right. So Medicare ABC, I came up with this idea because so many times I have talked to my family members, my aunties, my uncles, and I'm telling them about Medicare and what I do. And it's so intriguing to them because many times when I talk to them, it's like I did not know that Medicare entails all of that, right? So I find myself educating my family members, but also I'm always educating my customers, right? So, yes, I am a Medicare sales agent, but I try to leave out the sales and try to focus on educating my customer first and foremost, right? So my motivation is to educate in this video. And my motivation is for you to come away from this video knowing exactly what Medicare is all about and what to look for in your plan when you're selecting your plan come, you know, October 15th. So, of course, we are 55 days away, exactly 55 days away from October 15th as of today, Friday, August 21st, 2026. And many people don't even know the fundamentals of Medicare. Some of you guys already have Medicare, so you know, but for some of the people who don't, just let me explain Medicare to you like this. And right now, I'm using my headphones because I don't have a fancy studio set right now, but hey, I will get that eventually. I have to start somewhere, right? And educating people some kind of way, right? So, so basically, um, just to give you a little bit about myself before I get into it, I have been selling Medicare for right around 7 years since 2019, and before then, I've always done some kind of sales, but I also happen to be a licensed Pentecostal minister. And so, what makes me love Medicare so much? That part of it is like ministry to me because it doesn't, uh, you know, it's not hurting anyone, it's helping people. And that's what I like about the job the most, right? And most of the plans come at no cost. Like the Medicare Part C plans, most of those plans, 90% of those plans are $0 per month. But I want to educate you on the Medicare ABCs. Okay. So the Medicare ABCs are as such. All right. Medicare Part A covers 80% of your hospital bills. Medicare Part B covers 80% of your visits to your doctors outside of the hospital. Okay. So Medicare Part A is $0 per month. Medicare Part B is going to cost you right at $200 per month. Okay. And that $200 per month is taken directly out of your Social Security check in most cases. Pretty much every time they're going to take it right out of your Social Security check, unless you elect otherwise. But most time that's what they do. Okay. Everybody that I talk to, it comes right out of the check. And I've talked to thousands of people, and I mean thousands of people, and have helped thousands of people get Medicare plans. Okay. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm experienced in it, and I love my customers. All right. So basically, what I want to say is Medicare A covers 80% of your hospital bills. Medicare Part B covers 80% of your doctor's visits. Okay. Now, there's also something called Medicare supplement plans. These are like the Plan F, Plan Gs, Plan Ns. Those plans, in particular, what they do is cover the other 20% of what Medicare A and B don't cover. So whenever you go to the doctor's office, you don't have to pay anything at the doctor's office, or you don't have to pay anything at any hospital, because your Medicare supplement plans picks up the bill automatically and pays the other 20%. You just have to pay your deductible, and deductible is not that bad in most cases. But the problem with the Medicare supplement plan is this: Medicare supplement plan is perfect if you're someone who sees a bunch of different specialists. I recommend a Medicare supplement plan for you. Okay. But if you're not someone who sees a bunch of different specialists, it may behoove you and help you more to have a Medicare Part C plan. Remember, we're talking about the ABCs. And the reason why a Medicare Part C plan is more beneficial in most cases is because as you get older and or sicker and you have a Medicare supplement plan, your bills go up. I remember talking to a customer. He was around 77 years old. He was paying about $550 a month for his Medicare Plan F. Okay. And he couldn't afford it. So when I was able to get him a Medicare Part C plan and it cost him $0 per month, he cried on the phone with me. He cried. And the reason why he cried is because, as you know, when you get older, you guys know your income is not rising at all, but the cost of living is rising every day, right? Inflation, right? So if you're only getting, $2,000 per month on your, SSI check, and you have to pay $550 per month for a plan G or plan F, that's already, a big bulk of your check. And that's not including what you have to live off of and put gas in your car with. And, and there's plenty of people who are over the age of 65 are making less than $2,000 per month. Most people I talk to are. I think that the ratio is around 51%. Now you can chat GPT that, but you can, look it up the average income for people over the age of 65 and what they draw. I mean, there are plenty of people who are really, really, having a hard time paying for Medicare supplement plans. And this is not an attack on Medicare supplement plans because I think Medicare supplement plans are great. But it's like, why go out and buy a Rolls Royce when there is a you can when you can get a fully loaded Honda Accord 2026 model, right? Or 2027 model for free, right? Because the Medicare Part C plans don't cost you anything. And just want to give you the history so you can understand how and why the Medicare Part C came about. The reason that Medicare Part C came about is because there are plenty of senior citizens, who are Medicare beneficiaries who went and got supplement plans because an agent told them, "Hey, you need to get a supplement plan." And that's good in some cases, but not in all cases, right? And these people went and got those Medicare supplement plans, and then their bills started going up and they become unaffordable. So basically, it's like you have great insurance, you have a Rolls Royce of insurance because you don't have to pay any hospital bills. But the problem is that it's a balloon rate, meaning that it's not an established rate, it's not a fixed rate, and it can continue to go up on you, right? So, that's the problem. And that's the whole reason and purpose of why they came up with the Medicare Part C, because Medicare Part C, what it was designed to do, and the problem that it solves is this: where you know people had Medicare supplement plans that couldn't afford them, but also, I mean, that's one issue, but also the federal government, which is Medicare, which is CMS, they also wanted people to have benefits that were not included on original Medicare. So things like dental coverage, vision coverage, and also hearing aid coverage. Um, those coverages were not included on original Medicare. Remember that original Medicare was Part A and Part B. Part A covered 80% of your hospital bills. Part B covered 80% of your visits to your doctor, right? So now, um, that's all you had if you had original Medicare. And then even when you got a Medicare supplement plan, you still didn't have the dental, vision, and hearing coverage. And because when they designed original Medicare, they also did not include a prescription drug coverage. The reason that they came up with Medicare Part C is to give you all those coverages that were not included on original Medicare, right? So now when you get a Medicare Part C plan, also known as Medicare Advantage, aka Medicare Advantage, now you have everything that's included in the Medicare A and B, plus now you have the dental, vision, uh, hearing aid coverage, and prescription drug coverage. all included into one. All right. So, and you're getting those coverages at no additional cost. Medicare Part C, you're getting that at no additional cost in most instances, right? And 90% of the Medicare Advantage plans or Medicare Part C plans, you don't have to pay anything at all. So imagine being that guy who was having to pay $550 a month. Then when he talks to me as a Medicare agent and he finds out, wow, I can still get coverage for the hospital, for my doctor's visits, and also get dental and vision coverage and hearing aid coverage. And also the plan I found for him actually had a grocery benefit attached to it as well, which I'm going to speak on that in a little bit. Um, he was ecstatic, right? He was elated to know that he was now going to have $550 back into his monthly household budget. So that is part of what I do. That's part of the problem that I solve for customers. But again, I don't want to give you or try to give you everything on one take, right? We have 55 days left until Medicare AEP begins for this year. Um, in my next video, and I'll probably try to do at least one every week um, until October 15th. In my next video, I'm going to break down, um, what to look for in a Medicare Part C plan, whether or not you should choose a Medicare Supplement plan or a Medicare Advantage plan, and also, you know, if you may qualify for a grocery benefit. Um, and basically, the grocery benefit is included in a lot of plans for people who have chronic conditions. So I'll explain to that in fuller detail on my next video, but this is the first video I've done because I don't want to be in front of the camera. I'm not doing this for likes, but I do want you to, subscribe to my channel, Prestige Financial Services Group, um, because a lot of people need this information. So when you share this information with me, you're going to help someone else who's, a novice to Medicare, who doesn't know anything about Medicare. I want to educate as many people as possible. So that's my purpose here. So let me help you. Let me help your friends. But this is not me begging to be your agent. This is more so allowing me to educate you. If you choose another agent, that's okay. There's plenty of great agents out there. The most important thing is that you know how it works, because I feel like the whole Medicare booklet, the whole Medicare pamphlet deal, trying to read and educate yourself on it all by yourself, it's just overwhelming. Well, at least that's how it was for my mom and my aunties and uncles. They didn't know how any of this stuff worked. No one wants to read a 50-page book on Medicare. They just want to sign up for they just want to sign up for insurance. So that's what I help people do. But the problem that I will solve for you is I will educate you continually on Medicare. You can also call into our agency. Our number is 855-643-8643, and just ask questions. Feel free. My name is Roy. Again, my name is Roy McCoy. I'd be glad to help you. We have other agents who work here as well. But that will conclude my video for today. Until then, God bless you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember, God loves you.